Goodness
Four-star.
gracious.
I'm counting
It
down
just,
from right
there's
now.
just
60,
literally,
59,
oh my
58.
God.
No joking.
Go do it, Batman. Damn. Why do you wait until, you always wait until I push play to get up and go do that?
So I was trying to say something.
Just get up and go. How is that possible? Week after week after week after week? It's
Man got to
outlandish.
go. Let the man go.
But the literal moment that I'm saying I'm pushing the play button every single time? Stussy! It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Literally, the moment that I have my finger on the every. You can take a bathroom break? Damn!
Stuffy.
Yeah, life occurs as it comes at you in
Life
waves.
occurs.
In showbiz, baby.
What can I say? It's showbiz, bitch. I hate you.
Oh man. Combination, this is Grown B. I'm sitting here with OB Venom. We're waiting on Batman 123 Rock to come back from having a little restroom break. And then
I'm so glad you started talking because I was about to mention something about my hair, but call it what I've been calling it. So, so glad you started talking and that didn't get on the podcast.
Yeah, well,
I gotta assume you live stream,
yeah,
right?
yeah, I am.
Yeah,
Send
yeah,
me
that would have been
send me a
bad.
picture of it on Facebook. I
Alright,
can't look at
nah, I'm gonna send
I
you.
can't look at my phone right now.
Actually, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not gonna send that on PlayStation group chat. I don't care. I got. Excuse me. Wow, let
See,
me take
there's
my
just
headset off
literally
real
no
quick.
respect at all.
Yeah, yeah. My phone. I'm not trying to do all this. I'm just trying to take a picture.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to
Oh,
do.
you have to take a picture? That doesn't make any. I thought you already had one ready.
No, I haven't. I mean, I just got it done.
Oh, okay.
Like when I texted you saying driving home, I was driving home from getting it
Oh,
done.
okay. Well, that makes sense then.
Let's see. Where's my camera? Oh, okay.
Real quick, Rumby, did you rank the episodes?
Why would I rank them? We haven't even started.
Didn't I meant like ahead of time? That way, like,
Oh,
yeah, I did it ahead of time. That way, I just had it on my mind.
okay.
I was just
I
wondering.
didn't do that. I'm just gonna piggyback on what you do.
Just piggyback on it.
Yeah,
All right, cool. All right,
yeah.
all right, let's go.
Well, Obi went to. Actually, he's right there. He's just taking a picture to send me of his nigga afro. Or I mean, I'm sorry, his nigga
Why?
curls.
Oh, we'll send
Uh,
the picture later, but I have the picture taken.
Okay.
Let's get the show on the road.
Combo Nation. This is Grown B. We actually have OB Venom here with us this evening and Batman 123 Rock. Just as we said we were going to do, we're going to just basically do an overview, give our impressions on WandaVision just as a series. We're going to give Obi an opportunity to talk a little bit about the season finale since he didn't get a chance to join the podcast last night. And then Batman mentioned us just kind of ranking the episodes. So basically, after we talk a little bit about just how we felt about the series and our impressions, and Obi says his things about the season finale, then we're going to basically rank them all, and then we're going to wrap up, give you guys a little bit of break from the Marvel stuff, and then get back with you, what, in 2 weeks for Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
2 weeks, yeah, March
Yeah,
19th.
19th. Good.
Excellent. Well, since y'all already heard us talk quite a bit last night, I'm going to let Ovi just kind of give his impressions on the series finale, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, I'll just scroll through it real quick. So, I'll say 9 out of 10. Thought it was really good.
Mm.
Um, it does not get a 10 out of 10 for me simply because of freaking. There's no reason. It's completely unnecessary to have. I can't remember his name now, but the guy that did Quicksilver in the X-Men
Oh my
movies to be
God, yeah,
the fake
literally
Quicksilver in the
zero.
show. There was actually
Literally zero.
zero reason.
None.
You could have had
None.
anybody.
It could have
You could
been
have had
me.
anybody you
It could have
wanted
been
to.
me.
Yep.
It's
Could have been you.
so.
Yeah, it doesn't even.
Oh my gosh, that was such a
It was truly
that.
completely
What is
unnecessary.
the opposite of fan service? Like, what is the
Just
opposite of fan service? Like we know that you're a fan and we know
was
that you want this, and we're gonna specifically tease about it and then take it away. Like, we need to make up a word for that because that's exactly
I
what that
forgot.
is. Anti fan
Ralph
service.
Boner.
You know what?
Yeah, Ralph Boner like that.
That might. I think that's gonna be the term.
Yeah,
Yep.
boned.
Yep. Ralph boned. You got
Um,
Ralph boned.
you get,
Oh,
yeah, you got
dude.
boned. Um, I mean that really just had me like,
That was really
but
frustrating because there was just no reason to do it. There
very
was no reason to do it. Just like you said, literally zero. Sorry, Obi.
very frustrating. No, 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 no. Yeah, no, it's
Triggered me. You
frustrating.
triggered me opening up
Uh,
with that.
yeah. All in all, though, I enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed how they wrapped it up. Um, I actually wasn't entirely sure how they were gonna wrap up the whole White Vision thing. I liked how they did that
Mm-hmm.
because earlier we were talking about how they could bring Vision back into the MCU, and now they pretty much have.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
Wanda's Vision brought the original Vision's body's memories back, so White Vision has all the memories from start of Age of Ultron all the way up to him getting killed in
Mm-hmm.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
Um, and he's out there. He flew off and then through went through the roof of the building and just took off. And I don't know. And I'm kind of interested to see him in the future because he has those memories, but it's still almost like he's his own separate AI.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yep.
what I mean? His own separate
Yep.
personality type deal. So I think that'll be interesting to see in the future.
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
And then just real quick, I'll say my favorite part in that entire episode because I like the whole thing. I like how they wrapped it up. My favorite part was when Wanda was like, "You want my power? Fine, take it." She's throwing all those blasts at Agatha, and she's missing a couple of them. Agatha's kind of looking like, "How you missing me? Like you've been hitting me this entire time. I'm not even fighting back. I want you to hit me. Like
Mm-hmm.
how you missing?"
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's because she was putting those runes up. And I was just like,
Yes.
"Hey, I
Yes. Just
Wanda,
standard,
I
just solid
bet."
writing. I really enjoyed that too. That was my
Because
second favorite moment.
yeah, because that also means when she was looking at those rooms, she was remembering them. And let me tell you something, if that was me in that situation, I wouldn't have remembered that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have remembered that at
It would have been
all.
over for me.
Yeah, it would have been done for. But I like that. I don't like how we still don't know who the FBI's person on the witness protection was
Oh,
in
it was
Westview.
What's his
Ralph
name?
Boner.
That was it was
Yeah,
him.
yeah. I believe that's what they said.
He was the only person in there that Wanda didn't have control over.
Hmm.
And I think
I
they,
was, I just thought that was just because Agatha came in and was like, I need somebody now, so I'm taking control.
I assume they mentioned it in some way. To be honest, I didn't. I'm just banking off the fact that Batman said that was him. So if Batman lies, then he's
Okay, I might
making.
have to go back
If
and watch the
Batman
episode.
lied,
Yeah, I was
if
gonna say
Batman lied,
that
then he's
is.
making me a liar also.
I just don't remember them mentioning it, but it is very
Yeah.
possible. You know what? It might have been when Monica was looking at those sheets of papers about him, but I don't think if you're a witness protection, they give you sheets of paper saying you're in witness protection. But I also was not paying attention to what those sheets of paper said that had his like headshot photo in it.
Yeah.
So I will have to go back and look at that
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know why I would ever look at something in the MCU and be like, "Oh, that's not important."
Yeah. Just a piece of paper.
But
Yeah.
that's not important, yeah. Okay, buddy. Um,
I just looked it up. I said, who was a person in witness protection? It says Ralph Boner. It was the first thing that popped up. So
Okay.
pretty sure someone confirmed
okay,
it.
I was gonna say I had to have gotten mentioned in the episode somewhere, and I just
Yeah.
did
I
my
just
old
whiffed
classic,
it.
not pay
Mm-hmm.
attention.
They didn't say
Yeah,
it outright. She didn't go, "Oh, you're the guy in witness protection." So like, you know,
Understandable.
yeah.
right. But yeah, I like the setups. I like the setup for Monica in future MCU projects with the
I'm
scrolls.
excited for Monica
Um,
too
yeah,
Hmm.
because
and
Captain Marvel is not satisfying to me at all. So,
No.
watching Monica, I will be more satisfied with that. Hopefully, she gets her own movie and not just a, a sidekick or a co-hero
I don't know.
or
I
her
don't
own
know enough
show.
about her to know if she's deserving her own movie, but yeah, I'll take her. I'll take a show with her
Yeah.
that has more than one season because I'm pretty sure this is it for WandaVision because the final episode was called the series finale.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I like to set up with Wanda. She's doing what Doctor Strange is doing in the first movie, using the astral projection to learn and study while he was doing other stuff too.
Yeah.
Like I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all in all, good episode. Good wrap up to that part of her life, her story, and I'm looking forward to Doctor Strange too.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Um,
I have to ask you, OB, how'd you feel about Doctor Strange not showing up? Because personally, I was really
Um,
wanting him to show up so badly.
I was 100% expecting. There was
Mm,
so much mad. I was expecting him to show up just because of what he says at the beginning of Ragnarok when he mentioned to Thor that he has a list of magical beings and whatnot that he keeps track of to see if they're going to
mm-hmm,
be a threat. And
mm-hmm.
for all this magic crap to be happening, for Agatha to so easily be drawn to it, I'm just surprised that Doctor Strange wasn't drawn to it. But it could also just be that Doctor Strange is dealing with his own crap, and maybe the second
Yeah,
movie doesn't immediately start out with. Maybe the second movie has a time jump in it where it's showing him dealing with his own crap, and then stuff goes sideways, and it does a little time jump to after the events of WandaVision. So,
Honestly, now that I
um,
think about it, any introduction of Doctor Strange, in the film, as cool as it would have been, the only way it would have been meaningful is if he was undermining the power of Wanda. Like
pretty
coming in
much,
and
yeah.
saving the day. But if he wasn't coming in to saving the day, him just coming in to say, "I know you can do it. You're a powerful magical sorcerer. I know you can do it, and I'm the sorcerer supreme, so I should know." And then she just does it. That would be a stupid reason to bring in Benedict. So,
I wouldn't have even. I would have mind. I wouldn't have minded that second end credit scene where it's Wanda reading the Darkhold and stuff like that. If he just popped up into the portal and was just like, so we need to have a
what are
chat,
you doing? What am I
and then
doing? What are you
that's it.
doing? Nothing much. Thwart my
What
plans.
are what are you reading? Nothing. Set the Darkhold? No.
I don't believe you.
I'm not gonna do it, but that right there would have gone perfectly with my coworkers and I. We keep quoting South Park, and
Stussy.
I'll get into that after the podcast. I don't want to offend anybody, but it's
honestly,
hilarious.
I thought it would have been something more along the lines of her showing up to the Sanctum Sanctorum and then being like, "Hey, I don't know of his power, and
Yeah,
I
that
heard
too.
Agatha mention you, so maybe you could help." And Doctor Strange
Mm,
would be like,
Especially since she said, "I don't know
"Yeah,
how to control this power, but I will learn."
mm.
yeah,
Yeah, that actually
That
would have
would have
been
made a
cool.
lot of sense,
That would have made a lot
actually.
of sense. Good point,
mm-hmm,
Batman. You're a good guy.
thank you." Also, OB, did you notice there was really no cliffhanger? Like,
It really wasn't no cliffhanger at all.
yeah,
Literally none.
Man,
We were
I
talking all
feel
that
like
crap
that end credit
about
scene
there
of her
being a
kids
cliffhanger.
screaming
Oh,
for
there's gonna be a
help was a pretty
cliffhanger. There
big
really is.
cliffhanger,
There's no way
but
there's not gonna be one. Yeah, they just don't have time. There's only a few episodes left. Huh? Huh? Look at us.
I don't know. I feel like that was a cliffhanger.
I just don't think it
There's
was
a
as
no
big of a
no I think
cliffhanger.
that no I think there's a difference
That's
between
big.
what her doing that thing. That's not a cliffhanger though.
No, 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 no. When she was reading that, though, it's the reason why she looks up from the dark hole is because she hears her children shouting for help.
But I think there's a difference between inciting the next narrative
Mm.
installment and a cliffhanger. I think those like have their own fundamental differences. I think that was just them kind of setting up something else as opposed to leaving the previous thing wide open.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Batman.
So,
Go ahead, brother.
Oh, on my thoughts about the series?
Yeah. Is that where we at?
It
Yeah.
sucked. No, I'm joking. Go ahead, Batman.
Is that not where
It's
we are? Was
horrible.
Obi still saying something?
No, no,
Uh,
I'm
no?
finished.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
So I did quick want to mention some things that we glossed over last night. So we were talking about how, she's not really the hero in this story. She's
He
a little
rather.
bit of a villain. Uh,
I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but go on.
um, so the scene where Agatha kind of takes everybody out of their, like their trance. What?
Hold up, Batman. 1 second, Batman. Girl B, shut up. The hero, Jenny.
Obi. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm done.
All right.
I'm
Anyway,
sorry. Go ahead, Batman. Oh,
so Agatha takes them all out of the fun realm.
Yeah. And they all start walking towards Wanda and they're like, "Hey, like my daughter, she could possibly be friends with your twins,
no, no,
or
no. We
maybe
talking
she
about
could be
that.
the bully." We didn't talk
I
about that
literally
specifically.
said that.
Did you?
I,
Okay,
I, I, I,
here goes
I
Eden.
I didn't say that specifically, but I said they were waking people up and people were coming to her and saying, "Hey, how can I help?" Like they were frantically like approaching her and talking to her. I said that in the podcast.
Well, no, I was just mentioning the
That's
part
specific.
that Dottie said. Yeah,
Okay,
specifically,
yeah, it's fine.
just to like give it more depth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, anyway, she was saying that to her, and she kind of lost it,
Yeah.
and then she starts choking them
Yes.
and nearly killing them.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, "Whoa, wait, hang on, I didn't mean to do that."
Yep.
And also towards the end, the emotional moment between her and Vision, Vision asks, he's like, "What am I to you?" And then she goes, or he says, "What am I?" And she tells him, she's like, "You're a part of the Mind Stone inside of me. You're my sadness. You're my love. You're the parts of me."
My hope.
And yeah, her hope. And then I thought that was really interesting. Uh,
Yeah.
but
I have
those,
a very quick little tidbit, piggybacking off the whole Wanda not necessarily, being a good person, but not necessarily being a hero. Is when she tells Agatha, "What I'm going to do with you is I'm going to give you the role that you decide to play as the nosy neighbor." And Agatha's like, "No, you can't do that, blah, blah, blah." Then I forgot exactly what Wanda said. It was something like, "No, like this is a good thing or whatever. This is okay or whatever." And then Agatha was like, "No, you're just a cruel person." And then when she said that though, big old smile came across Wanda's face real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was just enjoying it. Like, yeah, you know what? I am a cruel person. You deserve this. And that's not very
Heroic.
stereotypical superhero.
Yeah.
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 Um.
So I saw that and I was like, oh, that was a wicked little smile there.
Quick,
Okay.
quick little
Like,
aside. When they start to introduce, we actually know the answer to that, so there's no reason for me to say anything about this. But I was gonna say, is there gonna be any connection when they start funneling in the X-Men? Will there be any connection between her and Magneto? And the answer is no, because we've already seen her parents.
I
yeah.
don't think so. Yeah,
So
I think they're trying to do something a little bit different.
yeah.
Um, I also
Yeah,
read
if they're going
somewhere
for that route of her not being a mutant.
mutant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, I read somewhere online, like from WandaVision, from Wanda in the comics, she's not a villain, but she's also not a hero.
Mm.
She's kind of like in between.
Kind of like Magneto
She gonna do the
So
right
and
thing.
Quicksilver.
But yeah. Hmm.
yeah. Um, so my thoughts on the series. Like I said, when I
I
first
wonder
saw
if
the
I'll ever
trailers, I was
talk.
like, "Oh, were you gonna
No,
say
I'm,
something?" I'm
I'm, I'm
sorry.
just kidding. Go ahead. I'm kidding. I really am kidding. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Um, I when I first saw the trailers, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, it's Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
so I will definitely watch it.
Yes.
And I watched the first 2 episodes, and I was like, okay, for what it was, I think they did a really solid
Yeah.
job.
Yes.
And then once we
Wait,
hit
wait, wait.
episode 4, I
First
was like,
two episodes?
first two
What
episodes,
about
yeah.
episode two?
I
That was horrible.
in my
Yeah.
opinion, no, I did not think it was horrible, but that's just me.
Okay, carry on.
All right. Once we hit episode 4, though, that's when it really started to pick up, and I was like, okay, I'm hooked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout every episode, I felt so good. And also when the Marvel Studios logo, because keep in mind, from this point forward, we haven't seen any MCU content since Far From Home. So it was really refreshing to see that Marvel Studios logo again.
Yeah.
Um, it was really refreshing to have some new content
Yes, it was something.
because
Not only was it new, it was different. It was a different type of
different,
content for sure.
much much different, and that's why I think a lot of people are kind of on the fence. They're like, I don't know,
Yeah.
but I think it really benefited them,
Mm-hmm.
doing something a little bit like more small scale than like just like the Avengers films, but also
They did a
keeping it.
good job as a series of it,
Mhm.
like, of it being so different, making it relevant, not just we're just gonna do something
Yes.
different just to be different.
Yeah.
Right.
That was relevant to her past and
Mm-hmm.
her life.
Mm-hmm. Love it all.
And also like the Mandalorian, their budget, like
See.
it looked
Oh.
like the
Yeah,
movies.
it
It
did.
was great.
Yep. I remember when I was
Fantastic.
watching that series
Um,
finale because they break up their budget at the beginning of pre-production and say, all right, this is where all of our money is going to go, and you could totally tell that all of their money went into the not all of it, but most of their money went into the series finale.
yeah, that's true.
And
That's
it was
true.
well played.
Um, oh
That
yeah.
will, I will also say those first couple of episodes was like black and white and old school.
Mhm.
Budget for that couldn't have been high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's true. And apparently it was actually filmed in a live studio audience.
I didn't know that.
So that's kind of
I
interesting.
didn't know that. I
Um,
didn't know that at all.
I read that somewhere. Anyway, it was a breath of fresh content. I loved it. I enjoyed every second of it. There were some
Every second?
parts, every second,
Oh my
every second.
God.
I loved the entire series. Um,
I
like I said, I was very disappointed Doctor Strange didn't show up, but I do understand that they probably didn't want to put him in because they were already doing a
To
lot
be
in the
honest, man,
series
I'm
finale.
kind of glad that they didn't because I really, as much as this
Yeah.
is, I want them to be a little bit more loosely connected with this
Hmm.
world, with this Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because, for instance, the Spider-Man situation, I want to see what Tom Holland is able to do without like another big
Having
Hmm.
to
character,
rely.
just dropping into his movie, and adding relevance. You know what I mean? And so when you use when you're using every like bringing in Jimmy Woo, that's one thing, but when you're I bringing more and more B plus and A list characters into other movies, it's just like, man, I just want to see these characters shine sometimes, and so for
Yeah.
that reason, I'm actually kind of glad that the old Steven didn't pop up.
And also, thank you for reminding me, leads me to my next point. I was really happy to see Jimmy Woo again
Mm,
because I thought he was really funny. I like his character in Ant-Man and the Wasp. It
I
was
would like to
interesting to
see
see.
more of
he
him.
was a great character.
And I didn't
I'm
mind
not sure if
Darcy.
he played any point. I'm not sure if he had any value in the series.
I think a little bit. I mean, he provided some humor,
No, no,
and
no. I mean
he's
like
a smart
narrative
guy.
value. Like if you were to just kind of grab
Oh
him and
yeah,
just pull him completely out of the verse, I don't think anything changes plot wise.
that's a good point.
No, but
Like
It was the nice
honestly,
thing.
I wouldn't mind. 'Cause I don't know what Monica about to be doing, but I wouldn't mind seeing Jimmy in the Shield director seat,
yeah.
Hmm.
Like
or at least a very not maybe not necessarily
oh
director, but
no.
a high-ranking officer.
Bless you.
You okay? You just
I
died? Please
really,
don't
I
die on
really
stream.
didn't want to sneeze. There's nothing. I'm in the space that I'm in makes it where like there's just nowhere I can go to do the sneeze. Because I got my desk in front of me and then I got a wall and I just so sorry guys. Life comes at you in waves.
No.
Showbiz,
Yeah, I
baby.
mean,
What
yeah.
can I say? That's showbiz, baby.
Uh,
Um,
Go ahead, Batman 123 Rock.
you mean the director of Sword? You think he'd be good for Sword,
Yeah,
potentially?
that's why I switched it real quick. Maybe that director of Sword, but a high ranking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Give this man a
honestly,
promotion.
I could see that. Yeah, because he's a good guy, and I think he'd do a lot of good for the um, corporation. Um, Also, Darcy, I didn't mind seeing her again because we only saw her in two movies, and she had a very like kind of low level role in those
On the
movies,
cool, I don't
and she
even
kind of
remember
had
anything else.
she had a little bit of a bigger role
It's also
here.
there's
I
a little
mean,
drawback to what you were saying though, Gromby, with seeing some of these other characters shine. Not necessarily the main characters,
Yeah, I like that.
like with them bringing Darcy in.
Yes,
Yeah.
very nice.
and she provided some humor too. But in all, like the villain, I think they did really well with her. Um, because I mean, honestly, since episode one, there were so many things pointing to her being Agatha. Kind of knew it, but I still think they did it well. Um,
Yeah,
It was so
Throwing little
satisfying.
tidbits in it.
it
Yeah, I
was
think it was satisfying.
very.
Um, and I liked Wanda's. They gave more character depth to her character, and I really liked that. I liked getting to know more about her. I liked getting to see more things about her, like that she grew up watching those shows, and that's kind of why she was doing it like that. Um,
I want to ask Obi. I want to present Obi to Obi what we talked about last night because when we talked about Wanda last night, Batman originally said that she had a lot of character development. And I said, no, I don't think that she necessarily had character development because a lot of the like dumb bullshit, like selfish and naive mistakes that she was making, like when she was first introduced in the series, she's actually still making right up until the post credit scene. And so like I feel like she doesn't necessarily have a ton of character development, but it did give more depth to her character.
I was just about to use. Damn it, bro. I was just about to use that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Development, not necessarily, but definitely gave a lot of character depth
mm,
to her.
like even if like I would be like if she didn't like if they didn't show that post credit scene where she's just doing something, there's no reason for you to be doing this, Wanda. Like you know what you're messing with, and you know this is ridiculous. And so that's why I take a little bit back as far as just the development.
Well, I just took that post credit scene of her just trying to learn more about her. The first step in developing yourself and doing better is you got to know about you.
Mm, okay.
Also, the first step of not destroying the world is okay. Well, if I'm supposed to be a world destroyer, why? Let me read this. Right.
that's a good
That
point.
is a good point. I guess we'll see how it
Fortunately, I
goes.
have to draw myself back. I have to draw myself back and see where they go in terms of the Darkhold, though, because I can think about when I see her reading the Darkhold is this isn't going to end well, just
Hmm.
Yeah.
because the Darkhold isn't good. I mean, the whole season 4 of Agents of Shield was about the Darkhold,
Mm,
um, and it was just it was not good. It was the book of like pretty much the book of the damned. Like it was just a book of evil magic, of just a book of
yeah.
you got this book, you're not doing nothing good with
And
it. So
honestly,
I
that's
was
kind of what I felt like too. So I don't know. We'll see.
yeah, I mean, just seeing the book looking like that, that was my feeling of it. But at the same
Hmm.
time, if that's where the information about chaos magic and Scarlet Witches are, then
Yeah.
hey, that's what you get. That's the source you got to use. Like,
Yeah. Understandable.
And
Go ahead
also,
with go ahead, Batman.
that would that played a lot of big role into Doctor Strange too, because we know Doctor Strange isn't a fan of dark magic,
Hmm.
and Baron Mordo really isn't a fan of dark magic or sorcerers.
he's not
Hmm.
even a fan of people using magic. But
Yeah,
Hmm.
so there's going to be some conflict there between those characters. But um, I also like the pop culture references and the references to like old shows, like Dick Van Dyke, The Monsters, Modern Family. It was really cool. It was interesting to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And um, what's Vision? I love Vision as a character. Did you notice he's so polite when he goes to touch Vision, White Vision? He's like, "May I?" He doesn't
I
just do it. He's so
I
polite.
loved that whole exchange. That's my favorite part of the episode. I take it back. I love that whole conversational exchange between the two of them. They're
Yeah.
just two robots having a very logical
Uh-huh.
conversation, and logic
Basically.
prevailed.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that was good.
He's so polite. He's such a nice person, and we already know he's worthy because he wielded Mjolnir. He's just such a
Well, is he
he,
worthy? Because elevator still goes up. No, Asian all-time throwback. Uh,
yeah. Um, but I was really glad to see those characters again. And in all honesty, I'm gonna give this series a 10 out of 10. I loved it.
This is it, man. Boy, I hate a 10 out of 10 ass boy. I wish I could say what I want to say. But, okay, so anyway, for
same thing
me,
I almost said.
yeah, same thing you almost said. For me, one thing that I really enjoyed, just the series in general. As you said, Batman, I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was gonna be good out the gate because it was just a Marvel property. Then I watched the first two
Mhm.
episodes and I was like, ooh, maybe not. And then they kind of really turned it around. One thing I do wish that they would have done, I know they kind of bring it back around in episode 8 as far as the actual WandaVision stuff, like the TV stuff. But it feels like just after episode I think 4 is when they kind of move almost
Yep.
exclusively away from it. And I kind of
It
wish that
was
they
only
would have just only the
the
real
Modern
outside.
Family
Yeah,
episode.
yeah. And so I kind of wish that they would have found a way to still continue to incorporate that because that's how I think of the series, man. How do you come up with an idea, see it through to its kind of core end, and just still find ways to implement those things? And so I thought all that stuff was great. I don't think that there's any performance that wasn't done very well. And
Mhm.
so I think that's one of the things that really kind of carries the series. The fact that every person in the series is a great performer.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, I think that for the most part, I um I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't disappointed with anything. I was a little turned off by episode 2. Like nothing in episode 2 really grabbed me. But outside of that, I just think that they did a really good job of constantly finding a new reason to bring you back. Now, like, sometimes it's difficult to always have an episode that is better than the previous episode, but they at least found some way to one up the previous episode, whether it's uh, editing style, whether it's implementation of certain effects, whether it's performances, like all those different things. They found one thing to consistently do better than the previous episode, and I think that's why you're just able to continue to get. That's why you're able to continue to want to come back and see what's going on in the next episode. And so, one of the things that's really tough, I've watched so much television. One of the things that's really tough is ending a season or a series that has done so well on a strong note. Because you put a
Mhm.
lot of pressure on yourself to continue certain momentum. And so I definitely feel like that was something that they were able to accomplish. I don't think that last episode was the best episode, but
Mhm.
I definitely think it was strong enough to say, man, you did a great job closing this out. And so yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts. Batman, I know you wanted to kind of do, um, I know you wanted to kind of do like the episode rankings, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, okay, I'll go first. There's
Oh,
9 episodes. Go ahead.
don't we have to let OB talk? Let him give his thoughts? Or did he
Man, the
already?
cool Grumble, you just said everything I was about to say.
Oh.
So I'm kind of just sitting here like, because now I'm just gonna be sitting here not saying nothing because
Stussy.
literally, pretty much everything you just said was what I was just about to say.
All right.
Disgusting.
appreciate you, young brother. I'm glad we're in sync. Um, but I'm
Did you give your overall rating of the show?
Oh yeah, I already said trash. I hated it. No, overall rating. Well, Grumby, what's your overall rating of the entire series, number wise?
uh, I'd have to get I'm gonna give it a solid 9, 9 out of 10.
Nice.
I'll
Um,
go ahead and get it between an 8.5 and a 9.
hmm.
Reason being is especially just that last episode, Ralph Boner, just bonering us. Just that really, I mean, man.
I can
And
understand
maybe they
that.
might run with it in the future and kind of retcon it or something, but I mean, that really
There was
kind of
just
had
no
me
reason
like,
to do
man,
that. That was one of the
there was
biggest.
no
That was
reason.
the one of the biggest, strongest. Like that made everybody. I wouldn't
Man,
be
that was kind of a
surprised.
fu.
He really was. I wouldn't be surprised if that next episode was the highest rated episode because people want to see how on earth are you going to make that. How on earth are you going to make that make sense? So I have no problem with you docking it for that. Batman, you already said 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I did.
All right, let's do our episode rankings. As Batman was saying, then we'll close out. For me, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 4. I'm going from top to bottom. So I'm gonna go.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go 4, 8, 7, 9, 5, 3, 1, 2, 6. Did I say 6?
He didn't say 6. What happened to 6? I don't even remember. The sixth Halloween episode?
No, six was the one before that. It was
Oh.
the one where the kids are growing up, I believe.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
right. And then the dog died. It's okay.
That
Yeah.
one is second to last for me. I wouldn't really.
Yeah, I
I
was
mean,
gonna
I
say
liked
it's
it, but it
almost
wouldn't.
bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, it's
If it
almost
wasn't
bottom
for
of the barrel.
episode 2, that'd be bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, if it wasn't, yeah, I agree with that. And the only reason why episode 1 isn't bottom of the barrel, even though the quality for the most part is on the same level, is because I feel like episode 1 just did a great job of pulling you into the series. And if you can do that good of a job, I'm not just gonna put you at the bottom. I just don't think that's fair. Batman.
Let's see. So I'm gonna go with episode four, film before. No,
Hmm.
episode four. I
The
messed up on
titles
the
don't
names.
matter, but
Yeah, I guess they don't matter. It was We Interrupt This Program. Episode four um, is my favorite episode because it kind of took a break from WandaVision
Mm-hmm.
and like went into the real world,
Yeah.
and I really like that. Eight, uh, I believe. Which episode was that? That was previously on. That was also one of my favorites because it gave us backstory into Wanda, and I really like that a lot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then I go number five on a very special episode. I like that episode a lot because I like the Full House vibe of it, and I also,
Did you say Full House?
yeah, wasn't it? They had some Full House vibes
Okay.
in that
I
episode.
must have whiffed it.
Um, and then
we've got
there's this awesome scene where she walks out of the what's it called? The hex and just kind of threatens them. It's like, look,
Mm-hmm.
you don't take this away from me.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really, really cool moment.
Strong
Um,
moment.
hmm And then episode nine, I I like how they wrapped it up. The action was awesome. The character interactions, especially between White Vision and regular Vision or
Mm-hmm.
Wanda Vision. um,
Idiot.
I like those.
terrible joke aside. Continue.
I like those interactions. I thought those were really, really cool, and I like the callbacks to Age of Ultron because I do not hate the movie.
Move on.
Um, I like the series finale. I think they wrapped it up well, and I like the post-credit scene. I like how they're focusing more into Wanda using magic,
Yeah.
um, connecting Doctor Strange, and then episode six on a very special episode. not on a very special episode. I'm sorry. The the Halloween episode. I thought that was really cool.
Hmm.
To see them in their actual comic accurate like outfits,
Yeah.
not outfits, but Halloween costumes. So I thought it was cool. And her kids, there was Wiccan and Speed. They had their comic accurate costumes too,
Hmm.
and I really liked that. Um, Seems like they might be foreshadowing something, possibly. Um, I like the references in the episode, and I like the end of the episode. I thought it was really cool how Vision, kind of went on an investigation to find out what was going on. And let's see, episode 7, Breaking the Fourth Wall. I like that one mainly because I watched a lot of Modern Family, and I like the Modern Family aspect to it. And then Monica getting her powers was awesome
Mm. It was.
because they've been setting that up,
Yeah.
and I was glad to see that. And then the Agatha reveal, I was like, yes, finally. We know for a fact, no more theories. We know.
Yep.
Um, and then let's see, episode I think
I thought you had a list.
I do. Um,
So what are you
Episode 3.
confused about?
What episodes left, bruh?
I will tell you later why I'm confused. Episode 3, I really like that episode because the babies, that was a little interesting thing to see, like Wanda being pregnant.
Hmm.
You never really imagine how that would have gone for her, and everything's just like going crazy.
Yeah.
And then the Monica reveal, where she's like, "Your brother was killed by Ultron." She's like,
Hmm.
"What'd she say?"
Yeah.
I like how that kind of took like a whole 180. And let's see, episode 1, because that's where they really that's where they all began. You know, it was like the Twilight Zone, a lot like the Twilight Zone,
Yes.
and a lot like Dick Van Dyke. Um, it was really cool to kind of like go back, to like the older sitcoms, and I like the vibe. I think they did perfect. I think they like I said, or like you said, the performances were
Hmm.
fantastic.
Hmm.
They were great. And then episode 2 um, was probably the one I would watch a little bit last, but I honestly loved it because of the Jimmy Woo introducing him.
I don't give a damn.
Uh, I like them introducing like the more on the fact of, hey, something's not right with the beekeeper guy,
Yeah.
and then the little helicopter that
Yeah.
was in red, and Dottie.
Yep.
All the stuff in that episode I thought was really well done. And I honestly, the magic act, I thought it was funny. Drunk Vision, I actually found that pretty funny.
I
Mm.
remember that.
I thought that was actually hilarious. Um, but yeah, I'd say those were my solid rankings, and it never went below 8 out of 10s.
That's fine.
So
I think
stuck
that's good.
between 10, 9, and 8. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's how I ranked them.
Uh, Episode 4, favorite. Um, you could snap me right out of the WandaVision world and put me right back into the MCU without skipping a beat. That's phenomenal. I like that a lot.
Mhm.
Yes.
It was definitely a much needed change of pace.
Hmm.
Um, so episode 4, favorite. I believe it was episode 8 where they were going through her life, right? Her bit,
Mhm.
Wanda's backstory of life. That I love that. That's number 2 for me. Finale would be episode 9. That's third. Um, let's see. Those are my top 3. Then after that, I'd probably say, if I'm remembering these correctly, the Halloween episode. What was that? 6. Yeah.
Hmm.
Then 7. Then 1. Then 3. Then 2. 2 is just bottom of the barrel. I mean, it's just God. I just don't. I mean,
I
that's
just don't
just
think there was anything
just
important. There
take
was
the
just
whole.
nothing. Just get it out of there.
I'm not even. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not even gonna put that in the rankings. This is it. I mean, you take that whole episode out, and you really didn't miss a damn thing. Um, so I'm never gonna talk about episode two. So yeah, then episode one, then episode three would be bottom of the list for me.
Yeah,
All of them because we're not including episode two. But
tough.
episode four, great change of pace, and then definitely episode eight when they were going back through her life story. That
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, I felt like that's kind of something that I'm glad it ain't played it out in Age of Ultron because it made for a great episode of Wandavision. But
Yes.
at the same time, it does kind of have you like, why didn't they go deeper into that? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it was just them telling Ultron that little quick story and then just
It's because
move
Age of
past
Ultron
it like it never
sucks,
happened.
and they didn't want to have it
But
and be
yeah.
any worse by trying to make it real cluttery because it was already cluttered to hell,
hmm
and you want to throw a
But
whole
but
Wanda
yeah,
backstory in there. Well,
All right, man. Nice.
that's my episode ranking.
well,
Just go ahead and take number two and burn
just
it.
yeah. Well, I am glad that we were able to catch back up with you, OB Venom, because we didn't get to see you earlier when
Absolutely.
we did our when we did the series finale review. Um, and so I guess it's a good thing that you have your night out next week because we're not even doing anything next week.
Yeah,
So hopefully
it
the
is
week
good.
after, you'll be right there with us to do. Well, actually, is Falcon and the Winter Soldier going to be on Fridays?
Yes.
Okay, so good.
Yeah.
March 19th.
Excellent. So we'll be able to keep it up. Well,
hmm
anyway, thank you everyone for tuning into this video. Any last statements that you guys want to make?
I did want to add a quick bit of info. I added this last night, but I wanted to add it one more time.
Mm-hmm.
For people who do want to see Doctor Strange 2, comes out in theaters March 25th, 2022, next year.
Ugh,
Date is subject to change, obviously, but
Mm-hmm.
as of now, that's what it is. So,
Excellent.
it sucks because I am definitely interested to see where they're going with Wanda. Now I gotta wait a freaking year.
Hell yeah.
eh,
Ugh,
Well, if
this
you
doesn't.
like the video,
This
like
doesn't.
it. If you think someone else might like it, share it. And if you want to see more, we really hope that you would subscribe. And we'll see you next time.